Welcome back to my next playthrough series, this time Terraforming Mars Solo, which I'm terrible at, but you'll probably see that in action as I do my playthrough. So this is the main board for Terraforming Mars. I've set it up for the solo play. There's a little solo here right on the board itself. You start at 14 mega credits, and the little white cubes, 3 white cubes. What starts on the 1, you're going to have 14 generations to try to do everything you need to do. You start at minus 30 C temperature, and you start at 0% oxygen. Alright. And, yeah, I'm going to be using the beginner corporation, which just basically means at the start of the game I get 42 mega credits and 10 cards, which I get to keep for free. So it's basically the easy version of the game. There are 12 different corporations that give you different powers, different starting abilities and things. So we will be not looking at them in this playthrough. We're going to go over to the player board here in a minute, but we need to set up this board, and I just need to get things ready here with the deck of cards. So be right back to set up the initial board for our solo playthrough. Okay, so I'm going over things very quickly. So what we need to do to win the game, I should let you know that, is our oxygen has to get to 14%. Our temperature has to get to +8, and we have to get out all of the 9 water tiles onto the water spaces. If we can do that by the end of the 14th generation, then we'll win Terraforming Mars Solo. If we don't, of course, then we will lose. So what we do is we're going to set up a neutral city and 2 neutral greenery spaces on the board to start with. This is the top of the huge shuffle deck. So we're basically going to be looking at the top 4 cards. So for the setup, so the first card, we're going to count from left to right this way. The cost number of the card, that's where the first city is going to be placed, and it's 5. And we can't place cities on water tiles, I don't believe. So we're going to count 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. City would go there, but it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to put the city here. Might not be 100% correct, but I don't think you could put cities on the water tile. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then the next one, we're going to start here. We're going to go clockwise, and we're going to place a greenery space, and 13. And we skip the water tiles because you can't put greenery on the water tiles as well. So 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we're going to put 1 green space here. Now these are neutral on the board. They don't count towards oxygen increase or anything. Continuing on, now we're going to start at the bottom. We're going to go right to left, and it's 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The next neutral city is going to be here, and likewise 23, of course. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So, there we have it. The board is set up for neutral player. And we're going to be using blue cubes to designate us, which is the beginner corporation, which I will call Generacorp. So we're a generic company. Alright, we're going to look at our player board. And then we're going to get 10 cards for free off the top of the humongous 250 or whatever number of cards, 208 cards or 52 or something, huge deck. They're all different, which makes the game kind of cool. So we'll look at our player board, and we're going to look at these standard projects as well, because they come into play. Now when you're playing solo, you don't do anything with milestones or awards. So let's take a look at our player board and see what we've got. Alright, so I'm not sure how well this is showing up. And if my voice sounds terrible, it's because I'm getting over a cold. So I apologize for that. So standard projects, you can discard any number of cards for any number of credits. So if you discard 1 card in hand, you get 1 mega credit for it. If you spend 11 mega credits, you can get 1 power plant production, which will increase your power production on your card. And I should say I've got my 42 starting credits, mega credits. Everything starts at 0 when you're playing solo, so we have no power production, no heat production, no plant, nothing. That's how the solo game. So going over to standard projects, so we can spend 14 mega credits to increase the temperature 1 step by smashing an asteroid onto the planet. We can spend 18 for an aquifer, putting a water token out on the board. 23 for greenery space, and 25 to put a city down, and we get a mega credit increase in our track. And I may have to stop the video once in a while to clear my throat so you don't have to listen to it too much. Alright, so on this board we have mega credit production. This is plus or minus depending on the cards we get. The board over here, we start at 14, so every turn we're going to get, or every generation will get 14 mega credits. This will increase every time we put a greenery down or a water space down. And we have no steel production at the moment. We have no titanium production, no plant production, no energy production, no heat production. We start at 0 at the solo game. Alright, now we're going to take a look at the top 10 cards. So I'm just going to grab the top of the huge deck. We get 10 cards. We get to keep them for free at the start of the game with using the beginner corporation. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So these are our starting cards, and we don't even have to pay for them. So a little bit of a boon for us. Like I said, I'm pretty terrible at the game, so this might be a good thing. Alright, I might need to clear my throat, come back. We're going to take a look at the 10 cards we have. And then we're basically going to be getting into the first generation. Alrighty then. Let's take a look at our 10 cards. We have special design. Now there's requirements that show up on this left-hand side of the card. You must have this in order to play this card. Well, this has no requirements. It just costs 4 mega credits. It'll give us a science tag. Yes, it gives us a science tag. So special design, and then there's a whole bunch of hieroglyphics down here at the bottom. You have to decipher everything. It basically gives you iconography, and it also gives you text, which explains the card, which is really nice. So it says the next card you play this generation is a +2 or -2 in global requirements, your choice. So it's a take that card if you're playing multiplayer. You can play it against somebody, or you can play it for yourself to give you a +2 or -2 for requirements. Excuse me. That's our first card. I'll just put them down here. And we have energy tapping, costing 3. It gives us a energy tag. Oh, I should say there are blue, green, and red cards, and they are events basically. Did that say event on it? No, it didn't. It says 1100111110. Alright, so this is energy tapping. Well, what does it do? It costs you 3 mega credits to play it. It has the energy tag on it. It says decrease any energy production 1 step and increase your own 1 step. Now when you're playing solo, there's a dummy player that doesn't really exist, and you can hurt the dummy player that doesn't do anything. So I could indeed play this card, and that would increase our energy step by 1, which is pretty good. Alright, I'm going to turn the camera off again, come right back, we'll look at the last 8 cards. Alright, back again. Sorry about that. Alright, we have, my next card is Commercial District. Now you can pay for this with titanium, excuse me, to play it, and basically decrease your energy 1 step and increase your mega credit production 4. Ooh, that's pretty nice. Alright. And it's got victory points at the end. I'm not too concerned about victory points in the solo game. Costs 16 mega credits to play, though. And then we have a giant ice asteroid. This is pretty cool. Costing 36. No requirements, though. You could pay for it with titanium. Don't have any. We could actually do this on the first turn. You're going to increase the temperature twice. Place 2 water tiles. And then take 6 plants away from somebody else. But there is no somebody else in this game. Raise the temperature 2 steps and place 2 ocean tiles. Remove up to 6 plants from any player. Wow. So we could smash a giant asteroid into Mars. We have technology demonstration. It would give us these tags. Or no, yes, this is requirements on this side. It's a little bit confused. Alright, so it says we play this for 5. We can draw 2 cards into our hand. That's pretty good too. Excuse me. This costs 27 mega credits. Space elevator. As an action, you can spend 1 steel to gain 5 mega credits. So usually steel is only worth 2 mega credits as I knock these dopey little tokens around. It's one of the complaints about this game is you hit your board, you knock your stuff around, You never figure out where it is again. I think you can get different boards that have little slots in it, but that's aftermarket stuff. Alright, this is increase your titanium production 1 step. If you play the space elevator, 27, that's a pretty steep cost for that though. Excuse me. Again. 26, you have to have 4 ocean tiles in play. It's a city, and you can spend steel to help pay for it. Require 4 ocean tiles, place, decrease your energy production 2 steps, increase your mega production 5 steps, and you get victory points, which I'm not worried about. Excuse me, again, and 11, restricted area. As these are action cards, the blue ones, so you put a cube on it, you can do it as an action. Action, spend 2 mega credits to draw a card. Costing you 11, that's pretty good. And we placed this tile as a restricted area. Okay, Earth Catapult. Costing 23. It says, effect, when you play this, you pay 2 mega credits less. Effect, when you play a card, you pay 2 mega credits less for it. So that costs us 23. Gives us a discount for playing cards. And we have Lichen, minus 24C, which we're not there yet. Requires minus 24C or higher. Increase your plant production 1 step. Cool, we want plant production. That allows us to put out greenery, which helps us win the game. So those are our 10 starting cards, and there's varying costs to them. We're starting off with 42 mega credits to spend. And then we're going to come back and we're going to take a look at the little player help cards we have. And then I think for this episode, I'm going to do 1 generation, and we'll leave it off there for this episode. Alright, so they come with this handy dandy little cards that basically tell you things. So we have a generation. So what it is, you have a turn order phase, which on the first turn you skip, research phase on the first turn you skip, then you have action phase. You can do 1 or 2 actions. In solo, you just do as many actions as you can per generation because you're the only player. So you can play a card, you can use standard project. Standard projects are these, of course. Use an action on a blue card, convert 8 plants into greenery tile and raise oxygen. You can convert 8 heat into raising a temperature. You claim a milestone or fund an award. Well, we're not using milestones or awards. Number of actions, see it tells you 1 or 2 before the turn moves to the next player. We're the only player, we're going to get unlimited number of actions, which we'll want to use every generation. Then we go to the production phase where we gain resources according to production parameters. That's down here on your board, and your terraforming rating. And then there's tiles. I'm not going to read all this because of course my voice is going, so you could take a look at that if you want. That's how for placing tiles. And then just general information. Gaining resources does not have a box around it. Raising production, it does have the brown box. And game, sorry about this, ending and scoring. Basically, the solo game ends when, like I said, our oxygen is at 14, our temperature goes to +8, and we have placed 9 water tiles out. Okay, I'm going to zoom out, and I think going to begin the game by doing the first generation. So we're going to skip those first 2 steps for first generation, and we're going to get right into, I guess we'll call it turn 1 or generation 1. Okay, so having looked at all my cards, I think what I'm going to do for the first generation, because now I can play cards, is I'm going to keep my hand down here in the milestones, because we're not using milestones and we're not using awards in the solo game anyway. I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to smash the giant ice asteroid into Mars. There it is. Awesome. What's that going to do for us? Well, it's going to cost us 36 mega credits. I guess I should show you these. The gold are 10, the silver 5, copper is 1. So there's 36. Remember, we start with 42 mega credits, so I'll pay that. That's what it cost us to play this card. Excuse me. We're going to raise the temperature twice, and we're going to place 2 water tiles down. Basically says raise the temperature 2 steps and place 2 ocean tiles. Remove up to 6 plants from any player. So this would be a take that card, but of course we're going to be attacking the dummy player that doesn't really exist. So we're going to get to raise the temperature twice and put down 2 ocean tiles on the very first generation. That's excellent. Then we're going to place this face down. So this tag only applies right now. So we're going to play that card face down into a face down pile. It would be used later for scoring. Alright, we're raising the temperature twice. 28, 26. Every time you raise temperature or go up in oxygen, your mega credit terraform rating goes up. So it's going to go up twice, 15 to 16. So we're going to be generating 16 mega credits a turn now instead of 14, which is good. We need that. Alright, and I think we now get to place 2 ocean tiles. So let's grab our ocean tiles, and we're going to be placing those. And there's some rules for placing tiles. Of course, ocean tiles can only go on the spaces that are shown that have ocean on them. And so what we want to do is place them down there. I think we're going to place the first one right here. You see 2 leaf tokens there. So we're going to place it down. Excuse me. We're going to put our token on there. Means we're going to collect 2 greenery. But we do have another one to place, so I might as well place it at the same time. Then we'll go over to our board and tally stuff up. I'm going to place this one right here. It's also going to get us another 2 greenery. But because we placed a tile next to an ocean tile, we also get 2 mega credits for doing so. So we're going to get 4 plants, I guess we'll call it, and 2 mega credits. So we're going to go to our board and we're going to collect that. Alright, so what we do when we collect plants is we're going to put little tokens here. The coppers are 1. And when we collect mega credits, of course, we're just going to put them up in the mega credit area. So we get a whole pile of copper things. So we're going to get 4 plants for placing those 2 ocean tiles down, which is awesome. So we're going to get 4 there. And we're going to get 2 mega credits because we placed a tile adjacent to 1 ocean tile. If you place a tile adjacent to 2 ocean tiles, that would be 4 mega credits. Basically 2 mega credits per ocean tile. Alright, well, we're not finished doing actions yet. We still have another card we can play. Now we have 5. We have 8 mega credits left. So let's go see if we can play any more cards. Alright, and I did have one other card that I wanted to play. This one has no prior requirements. It's going to give us an energy tag. It's called Energy Tapping. It only costs us 3 mega credits. So we're going to pay our 3 mega credits, and that's going to be paid for. And let's see what it says. It says decrease any energy production 1 step. So again, this would be another take that card. Well, we're not hitting anybody, but the dummy player, 1 step, and increase your own 1 step. So we're going to increase our energy production 1 step. Awesome. So let's go over to our player board area again, and we're going to do that. Okay, so what do we do here? I've kind of zoomed out a little bit because I want to make space. You start ending up having a huge tableau of cards eventually in the game. So this will be the face down event cards we're playing here. I'm going to put our action cards up above, and the green cards, which give us tags. I'll sort of stack them all. I guess we'll start here because we're going to be layering them on top of each other. So we now have 1 energy tag. We're going to increase our energy production 1, so it's going to go to the 1 spot. Alright, we only have 5 mega credits left. We could spend, well, we could play technology demonstration. It has no requirements. Or we could play special design. We may as well play as many actions as possible. The next card you play, this generation. Okay, this is not a good time to play this one, but I think we might as well go ahead and we're going to play. This is another event costing 5 mega credits. Well, we just happen to have 5 mega credits, so we're going to spend that. Away we go. And what does it do for us? It lets us draw 2 cards. Awesome. Cards are what we need in this game to do the things we need to do. So off the top of the humongous deck, we're going to draw 2 more cards. So we draw Miranda Resort. It's a Jovian card. Increase your mega credit production 1 step for each Earth tag you have. Earth tags are, sorry, my throat, this symbol here, the little Earth symbol. Alright, well, we don't have any at the moment when we play this, so that won't do much for us. And we have a water splitting plant. Cool. You can spend 3 energy to raise your oxygen 1 level. And we already have 2 water tiles in play, costing us 12. Wow, I like that one. But then we need to start getting our energy production up, because at the end of every turn, your energy turns to heat. So we have to be generating at least 3 energy a turn so that we can use this card. Still pretty good. Now we can also cash in any cards we want for 1 mega credit. But I don't know, maybe we need to cash some cards in. The water splitting, that's really good to raise oxygen level though. Wow, instead of using plants. I like that. This Miranda Resort, not sure. I don't think we're going to bother. I'm going to put cards over here that I think I might just cash in for mega credits. Special design I think is good. Earth Catapult is good. Space Elevator. 27. Wow. That is very expensive. I don't think I'm ever going to bother with that one. Restricted Area. I could spend 2 mega credits to grab a card. I think that might be a good one. Capital. Requires 4 oceans. Decrease your energy 2. Increase your mega credit production 5 steps, costing 26. That's brutally expensive. Lichen I like quite a bit. We're almost able to play it. We're at minus 28. Commercial District. Decrease your energy 1. Increase your mega credit 4. I think if we're going to go water splitter route, we're not going to want that. So these will be the cards in our hand. I'm going to ditch these 4 cards as standard projects. So for 4 cards, we're going to get 4 mega credits. These go away. And we end up getting 4 mega credits, if I can get them out of the bucket here, that go onto our mega credit area. All right, I don't think now can do anything else for our first generation. And so we're going to basically go to the excuse me, if we look at this, done all of our actions, we're going to go to the production phase. So we're going to come right back and do that. Okay, so we're at the production phase. And so we're going to take a look at all our parameters here. First thing we do is we're going to take any energy we have and it's going to be converted to heat. Well, we don't have any right now, of course. And then we take a look at each of our production. So our mega credit production is sitting here at 0. Doesn't mean we get 0. It means we get our Terraform rating, which happens to be 16. So I'm going to grab 16 mega credits, and we're going to add that to our mega credit total. Okay, so 0, we have 0 steel production, 0 titanium, 0 plant production. We do have 1 energy production though, so we will place an energy in this box here, and 0 heat production. So basically all of our production has happened for this turn. So we have 10, 15, we have 19 mega credits to be able to go into generation 2. That's going to basically end off our turn. So what I'm going to do at the end of every episode, we'll do a generation an episode, because that way I can try and keep track of what I'm doing, which could be difficult. So that was generation 1. Remember, we have 14 generations to totally terraform Mars. We're off to a pretty good start. We bumped the temperature up twice and already. So we're going to be going to generation 2. I'm going to leave it off here. Go back to the main board, take a look at it. Take a look at our cards, I guess, before we end off. And then in the next episode, we'll do generation 2. Okay, so that was an introduction, setup, and generation 1. I'm putting it at 2 so that when we come back in the next episode, we're going to be doing 2. We placed 2 water tiles with our tokens on them. Got some greenery for it, some bonuses for it. Our temperature was raised twice. Now if we get to minus 24, we're going to increase our heat production by 1. So there's little tags along some of the things, as well as if you get to 8% oxygen, we increase temperature 1. So there's little synergies going on. Our mega credits, excuse me, are sitting at 16 per turn. Of course, we want to get that as high as possible so we can start maybe paying some of the standard projects. So the cards we have left are water splitting plant. I kind of like this to have it available. Not going to do much for us in the short term. Special design is actually pretty good. It just says the next card you play this generation is +2 or -2 in global requirements. And it just means the global requirements are these ones up here. And so We could then, our next generation, play Special Design and then play Lichen, because we're not at -2, but it would knock it down. What did it say? -2. So we could make it -30 degrees to play Lichen. And Lichen would give us a +1 plant production. That's pretty good. And at the start of our next turn, excuse me, again, we're going to be drawing 4 cards off the top, and we can buy, or we can keep each card by spending 3 mega credits per card we want to keep. And so we're sitting at only 19 mega credits at the moment. So that's where we're going to end off our first episode. So I hope you're enjoying it. This is Terraforming Mars Solo. It also plays, of course, multiplayer, which I think might be a more interesting game. But the solo is a pretty good challenge. You're trying to get 9 water tiles out, get the oxygen right up to +8, or oxygen to 14%, temperature to +8 to win the game, and you've only got 14 generations to do it. So thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for your comments, your subscriptions, and likes. Really appreciate it. This is Terraforming Mars Solo with the Generacorp, the beginning corporation. So thanks so much, and we'll see you for Generation 2.